the regular city council meeting for Tuesday, May 5th, 2026 at 7 p.m. First order of business tonight will be roll call. All members are present except the mayor, who is excused. Next, we'll have the invocation led by Alderwoman Paulson.
Good evening. Before I lead you in prayer, I wanted to take a small moment and let you know that we have a local opportunity for National Day of Prayer. If you're interested, mark your calendar for Thursday, May 7th at 6:30 p.m. at Huron Memorial Park. There's a local opportunity for National Day of Prayer. Okay, if you would join me, bow your heads and join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, I come before you this evening, giving you thanks for the opportunity we've been provided to serve our citizens. Lord, I just ask that you continue to lead us and guide us in all that we do. May the footprints you put before us be the path that we follow. Lord, we have a lot of proclamations this evening, and we show our gratitude for those opportunities. We have gratitude for Motorcycle Awareness Month, gratitude for National Salvation Army Week, gratitude for National Day of Prayer, and gratitude for National Police Week. Lord, those are all important to us and our citizens, and we just appreciate the opportunity to recognize those. Also, I'm looking forward to the update from our library this evening. Lord, you've blessed them in their journey, and they're very resourceful back to our citizens. Please continue to lead us, guide us in all that we do. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we have 4 proclamations that we'll be reading tonight. First one will be proclamation for May 2026 is Motorcycle Awareness Month, and that will be read by Alderwoman Allen.
Thank you. Whereas today's society is finding more citizens involved in motorcycling on the roads of our country, and whereas motorcyclists are roughly unprotected and therefore more prone to injury or death in a crash than other vehicle drivers, and whereas it is the responsibility of all who put themselves behind the wheel to become aware of motorcyclists, regarding them with the same respect as any other vehicle traveling the highways of this country, and it is the responsibility of riders and motorists alike to obey all traffic laws and safety rules. And whereas, urging all citizens of our community to become aware of the inherent danger involved in operating a motorcycle, and for riders and motorists alike to give each other the mutual respect they deserve. Now, therefore, on behalf of Daniel Claytot, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Gerald, Texas, do I hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month in Gerald. Further, I urge all residents to do their part to increase safety and awareness in our community. In witness whereof, we have fixed our signatures and seal on this 5th day of May 2026.
Come on up, guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
We'll be watching for you.
All right, next proclamation is for May 11th through 17th as National Salvation Army Week 2026. Whereas we recognize and honor the Salvation Army, who always endeavors to help people in need, and this week recognizes the volunteers' massive efforts. And whereas founded in 1865, the Salvation Army was established to meet the needs of the poor and disadvantaged. Today, the organization is in 135 countries around the world. And whereas the Salvation Army has served those less fortunate with services including those for struggling families, the aging, homeless, food insecurity, job training, spiritual healing, holiday assistance, and disaster relief. It serves with compassion, striving to uplift others in the times of need. And whereas the National Salvation Army Week was created to recognize everything the charitable organization does throughout the year, and as a reminder for the community to give freely through financial and material donations. And now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Daniel Clayback, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Gerald, further call upon all citizens and the community to observe the week of May 11th through 17th, 2026, as now National Salvation Army Week, to spread global awareness about their charitable work. Everett.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Call over here, just. Let's get the glasses. Next proclamation for May 7, 2026 is National Day of Prayer, to be read by Drew Sumner.
Whereas, once a year, faithful Americans set aside their denominational differences and bow their heads in prayer, and whereas the National Day of Prayer is a powerful display of unity in a country often divided by its beliefs, politics, and culture. And whereas from bustling city squares to quiet rural chapels, millions come together to pray for a national future, seeking guidance, healing, and strength. And whereas inviting people of all faiths to pray according to their own tradition, whether in silence, whispers in the pew, or declare in public, these prayers weave together a diverse nation, proving that in times of uncertainty, America still believes in the power of prayer. Now, therefore, I, on behalf of Daniel Claypack, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Gerald, do hereby proclaim May 7th, 2026, a National Prayer Day in Gerald, Texas.
This will be presented to the pastors that join us on May 7th.
All right, and finally, proclamation for May 15th through 21st, 2026 is National Police Week, to be read by Alderwoman Fitzgerald.
Whereas we recognize and honor the selfless and heroic service provided by the law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated men and women of the City of Gerald Police Department. And whereas we rely on law enforcement officers to keep our neighborhoods safe, enforce our laws, and respond in times of crisis. And whereas every day law enforcement officers throughout the nation face the threat of violence and danger, routinely putting their lives in jeopardy to defend others, putting themselves at risk of injury, disability, and have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty. And whereas these men and women, by their distinctive service and dedication efforts as law enforcement officers, have earned our highest respect and deepest gratitude. And whereas the City of Gerald extends appreciation to our own City of Gerald Police Chief, corporals, officers, and staff for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the community they serve. Now, therefore, be it resolved, on behalf of Daniel Claypack, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Gerald, further call upon our city's citizens and the community to observe the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2026 as National Police Week, and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Proclaimed this the 5th day of May, 2026.
Do we have a representative of the department here? No? Well, we'll make sure that the chief gets it. All right, moving along, we have public comments. Do you have any cards?
No, sir.
No cards. All right, so we have a public hearing. We open the public hearing at 7:09.
Mayor Pro Tem, can you read in the caption, please?
Sure, fine. All right, public hearing on consent annexation request for property described as being a tract of land out of the James Roebuck Survey, abstract number 527, Winston County, Texas, and being all what they call an 84.264 acre tract of land described in the warranty deed with vendors lien to Northwest Wilco LLC, recorded in document number 20230822145, official public records of Winston County, Texas. So,
speak, and I didn't realize we were on the agenda. I can get up here. I believe this is something that you guys have been very much aware of. This is for the Cardinal Farms decision that's over here, a bridge off of West Stockton Loop extension. I believe what my partners are requesting is that zoning be changed.
No,
Is that not right?
no, it is, I can. let me
Okay, please
clarify.
do, because I literally stepped down here to phone call and said, I believe we called for a mention.
No, let me clarify, okay. Just, here.
Sure.
This is basically kind of a cleanup, when the rezoning request came in, working with Forest, we were looking for the annexation ordinance and could not find it. So doing more digging, we could not find any record that the annexation actually ever occurred. There was a development agreement approved, and if the annexation took place, if it was, we cannot find a record of public hearing, public notice, and so we felt the safest thing to do was to bring it back before you, have a public hearing, get an ordinance, and then move forward with the rezoning. So this is a little bit of a cleanup, we're not sure what happened, but we wanna make sure that they are properly annexed because we can't find a record of it.
Okay.
So that's what's happening, and then the
Right.
rezoning will come.
Okay, then rezoning, I didn't realize.
No, that's-
I know that that was a part of the original development agreement, it was put on the agenda like 3 times. We had some staff changes 2 or 3 times, as you are aware, and so I think it somehow got lost in that process. But you guys are pretty well, I think, familiar, at least Tanya and Tammy are familiar with this annexation. Thanks for.
Anybody else want to speak? We'll close it at 7:12. All right, 4.2, discussion, consideration, and possible action on ordinance number 2026-0505-03. An ordinance authorizing voluntary annexation for property described as being a tract of land out of the James Road Survey, abstract number 527, Woods County, Texas, and being all they call a 4.264 acre tract of land described in the warranty deed with a vendor's lien to Northwoods Realco LLC, recorded in document number 2023082145, official public record, Woods County, Texas.
We just need a motion to approve.
That's it.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion to approve, the ordinance number 2026-050503 as read by the Mayor Pro Tem.
All right, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous. All right. Moving on to number 5, consent agenda items. I don't have to read every one of these, correct? Any discussion on any of these items, questions? Or concerns?
Would we be ready here from finance or?
I know she was in a training, so maybe she's running late. Coming back from the training.
I'd like to make a motion to pull 5-4 at this time.
Make a motion to pull 5-4 this time. Second.
What's the question on that one?
I'm asking to remove that agenda item at this time from the consent agenda.
It's finance and budget.
Oh, we were talking about how we were gonna sign up to, we were gonna pay to do that. Is that what you're asking, Laura? Oh, the budget 50,000. Okay, second. A second.
A motion is second to pull 5-4 from consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous? So, back to consent agenda items 5.1, 5.2, 5.3.
Motion to approve 5.1, 5.2, 5.3 as presented in the consent agenda.
Second, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous. All right.
Mayor Pro Tem, the item that was pulled, if you want to wait till next meeting.
I'm gonna make a motion to do that.
To table?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, just want to make sure that it's
Yeah,
not.
just wanna get you there first.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Motion to table 5.4.
motion to table, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, with motion and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Moving on to regular agenda items. 6.1, receive an update from the Gerald Community Library.
Well, did we approve all the others?
Yes.
I missed that. We didn't say that.
You can go all the way through.
I'm ready to go.
Hi, everyone. I heard we were on the agenda last time, and that, the one time that I went to bed early and they were trying to get questions and answers out of me, and I didn't answer my phone, which is quite unusual, but I had the grandkids for 4 days, and I was tired. So,
Hold on, just.
okay,
6.1.
we are so excited to be here and share some things about tonight.
Session.
For those of you I haven't met, I'm Susan Grunberg. I'm the library director at the Gerald Community Library and Resource Center. So, oh, you want me to do? Okay. Thank you. So good evening. I'm so excited to share the future of Gerald Community Library and Resource Center with you. We did not know we were on the agenda last month, and I understand you had some questions, so I do want to answer those questions. Jenny has given me several of those, so I wanted to address those for you. And give you the presentation. I usually give you the presentation in June, so June is going to be very busy for us, so it'd be easy for me just to go ahead and take care of it tonight if y'all don't mind. And I'll be as brief as I possibly can. So here's the architect's plan at this point in time. We have phase 1, which is our portable building, which with the $10,000 donation we got today, we are this close to having our building completely paid for. It's already in process of being built. We're going to be starting on our curb cut and our road as soon as everyone has all their permits and everything begins. We're a little disappointed. I applied for a bunch of grants for the road and the parking lot. It's already been approved by the fire marshal, but we didn't get the grant, so now we're kind of back at, okay, we're gonna go call all of the road construction companies and see if they'll dump their extra dirt and, you know, roadways and asphalt filings or whatever in taking care of the road. And Sterling, our vice president, will be in charge of making sure all of that happens in with it. So we're very excited with this, and we're hoping to enlist as many companies as possible who will help us. This is our portable building. We're downsizing for now, but it's one big room, so therefore we're gonna have more space than all the chopped up space we have right now. So we think it's gonna be fine for us, and we're very excited about that. This is what people think happens in the library, in most libraries, but that's not us. We rebranded in 2023 to a library and resource center because about 85% of what we do is resource center. For those of you that don't know, we have 2 full-time mental health and wellness peer support specialists on our staff, paid by St. David's Foundation. And we're doing the early childhood classes. We've now moved to a 4th. We already had Books and Babies pre-K bilingual, and we've now moved to American Sign Language classes on Fridays too for children. And with the early literacy, every quarter we're having 1 to 2 English classes and Spanish classes taking place. We have tech classes, all kind of cultural involvement, gatherings with the community. But one of the biggest things we do, we have a food bank that's open every single day that we're open. And This is the most miracle thing you'll ever see in your entire life because we don't have funding for it. We had almost no food on the shelf last Thursday, and this is what the shelf looked like today. People just show up and they bring food. It's amazing, and we're having at least 10 families a day come through and get food every day that we're open in the library. We've been having baby diapers, everything that you could possibly need. We're a place for everyone. We did moms. We pulled the money together. We got donations. And so those $100 and $200 moms cost the teens $20 if they could pay, and if they couldn't pay, we did it for free. So we're here in the community. The tech class that you see there is Next Step Transition Center. They have several adults with disabilities, 2 of which live in our community. We have a grant with Digital Lift, and they're getting computer classes, and we're working towards maybe they can get a job at Walmart when Walmart opens. So we're working with them regularly as we go through in here. The 25-26 growth rate, we've increased our patronship from 498 last April to 2917. This is all equitable. We have 2,100 from Sonterra. We have over 800 from Gerald. It's always staying proportional in that. So just letting you know that it continues to develop in the same manner that it has throughout time. And so next, we have our adventures in funding. Last year we were very worried. It was a bad year for funding as far as everyone in the nonprofit world. But we have already received 7 grants this year, totaling over $60,000 to help us with our operations and our programs. We're very excited. We just got one last week from ALA to help with disabilities and guiding some disability training and workforce training with those with different disabilities. I want to address right here, I know that one of your questions is, what is Sonterra doing? We have started in November that we now charge $10 per library card, $45 for family, $5 for a veteran. So Sonterra is carrying their load by having to pay their yearly library card. And so that is bringing in income. Just since November, we've already brought in over $2,500 in library cards. So we're getting some funding through that. Everyone knows they're a governmental agency. And when we move out of there, they've been giving us no rent until 2025. In 2025, we had to pay $750 for our rent, but the evaluation of their space is $3,000 a month. So we are getting a very discounted rate, but when we move out of there is no way for them to fund us in any way. And our answer to that was by charging for library cards, so that we're at least getting that. And since it just started, it's mainly new people, but every time they renew, it's gonna be $10 a year per family. So that will bring us in some sustainable income. I do want to mention to you, the state sent me a letter when we got our accreditation in February, that the MOE is changing because your population has changed. It is going up to the $12,000 from $10,500. And I believe Janet and Robin have said that in the past, that as Robin Barfield, that as the population grows, so does this number for accreditation, for the maintenance of, I'm not quite sure tonight what the MOE stands for, maintenance, operation. And so, but it is through the state, $12,000 will be for 26, 27, just to give you an update on that. Our early childhood classes, everything keeps growing. Our homeschool group is over 40 students every month. Our coding classes, our tech classes, today we had a class on health apps. and showing everyone, all the senior citizens, which we've grown to 24 to 26, how to make sure their medical records were in their phone because we had a medical emergency in the library and we had no information on family. And so making sure that those seniors know that. We had a lunch and learn to make sure that they did so today. We're getting to have our teen tax back this summer, that they will be paid through AT&T to be on hand in the library at all times to help people as they come in with their technology and printing and using their phone. And we will have, I just got final note from Natalie Armenta today, we will have 6 high school teens as interns this summer being paid by Workforce Development to learn clerical skills, tech skills, and the things that they may need in the library. We are also still the only venue for court-ordered community service with Williamson County, and we are running a lot of community service. We had 5 kids in there this afternoon till closing with the court-ordered community service. So we have a lot going on in our library, and we're very proud of that. Our adult mental wellness and well-being activities with the social activities for seniors, calming crafts, wellness to music, the tech apps, grief support, anxiety, veteran support, ASL, coffee and conversations, seminars and activities for caring for the disabled and the ill. And we have an immersive group that keeps growing. It's actually our biggest groups of all. Our Friday night, Sunday night, and Monday night activities with Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, and Smash Brothers. They're actually our most attended events of everything that they're enjoying in our after hours. Just some of the activities and things we've been doing here in the library, showing off some of our seniors and some of the other groups that attend and in our library, and we're just having a really good time being connected to our community. I do want to show you a few things which you might be surprised by. This is just 2026. Documented over 80 patrons have benefited from food assistance. I know you can read through all this, but here's our court-ordered community service, our work experience helping with resumes and getting connections and helping them find jobs. But something that you may or may not be aware of, since January, we have dealt with or helped 8 unhoused people. We have helped with car assistance, pet, dental, health care with them. Several don't have any documentation. A couple had come from prison and did not have any documentation. So we've been that point of contact in helping them, getting employment. 2, we have that we're literally living out behind Sonic in the grass. We got 1 in Uber to Waco for a bed, and 1 I drove to Taylor to take a train to Fort Worth, where there we found a place for him to be. So we're doing other things besides the library in our library. So you can see and read all the activities, and those are all non-repeating numbers that you see with our groups and meetups. We have changed. We have moved from a library mindset to a nonprofit business mindset, that we're here to make money to keep our library going. I have joined and begun working with multiple nonprofits. These 2 men right here, Ray Langlois and Bob Novello, are 2 amazing human beings. Ray runs a consulting firm, and Bob runs Williamson County Institute of Nonprofit Excellence. These men have been in our libraries. They've been working on our strategic plans, our SMART goals. They've been telling us what we need to do to move forward, how to make money, and how to progress as a business. As we're also working with the East Williamson County Coalition, Williamson County Coalitions, and other organizations to bring in what we need in this community. So it's working. So we thank you for your support and your continued support in our library. Do you have any questions?
Do you know when your current contract with the city expires?
We just signed a new one. It'll be 2028.
And you signed it with who?
The mayor. It had been approved back whenever you all approved
September.
the contract in September, yes.
So 2028,
Uh-huh.
and that's up to 10,500 a year.
And, well, the contract still says, you know, that it progresses based on the population.
And that's reflected for y'all to maintain your accreditation.
Yes, that's the maintenance of operation, yeah. Maintenance of operations expenditures. There you go. You get a little nervous, I'm gonna get up here. So, we look forward to all of you coming in and visiting the library and seeing what's going on in real life. We will have on, May 30th at our new land, a big celebration and party, barbecue and bounce houses to show off our new land. So we hope everybody comes, and we'll be having some big raffles. Oh, yes, and for everybody that buys a plate of barbecue, we will have a whole bag of free school supplies for anyone that arrives.
And Daniel, we can also send you guys that accreditation letter just to show, if you'd like for us to update you on that.
Yes, I mean, yes.
Yeah, okay, all
I
right.
can do that.
All right, well, thank you all very much. All right, next, 6.2, receive an update from Journal ISD. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem. Good evening, distinguished council members. Thank you all for allowing me to share with you a little bit of exciting news here in Jarrell ISD. I'm going to grab this, thank you. And just want to say thank you to Susan and all the library folks for all you do to help our community. It really does make a difference. As an educator, we cannot thank you enough for what you do to provide literary services for our community, so thank you. I'm going to celebrate a little bit about what's happening in Jarrell ISD. In my 5 years, we've passed 2 bonds, 2021 and 2023, and we've seen a lot of progress happening across the district. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. But before I do, I want to celebrate, you know, you can't do this alone. And so I want to celebrate Ms. Fitzner, because what you're going to see today is a little bit about what she loves very dearly and close to her heart, paw prints, and what that's going to mean for the community. You've probably seen the new building going up across from the firehouse. And then want to thank Tracy. So a large part of what you're going to see today, Tracy helped put together for us. And so it really is a team effort to make this all come together. And so celebrating progress is really about honoring our past and bringing forward our future. You've seen a lot across Jarrell ISD the safety that we have emphasized with our security cameras, with our badge access, with our fencing to make sure that that is safe for all of our kids across the district. But it's also about honoring our community and about the history of our community. And so you're going to see that today. And so part of why I'm here today is to share with you that some of the buildings that are over near the 1916 building, they're going to come down this summer. And the reason for that is so that it opens up the middle school and opens up the 1916 building. And what that does is it provides a safer view for our safety individuals, our fire, our police, so that they can see our buildings. And also anybody who's coming to Jarrell ISD. They struggle to find where that 1916 building is, and they struggle to find where our campuses are. If you've not been to our operations center, then you maybe don't know that it is behind our high school off to the side to the west of it. Well, we're going to fix that with Wayfinder signage. So you're going to find that across the district, and now you won't be searching for where those buildings are, because one, they're going to be easily viewable, but also there'll be signage across the district. And as I've said, you know, it's about enhancing safety. It's about honoring our community, and it's completing those final steps. So in 5 years, we have finished the 2021 bond. We have finished it under budget and ahead of schedule. And very proud of that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're on track to do the same thing with the 23 bond, under budget and ahead of schedule. And we're very proud of that. And I'm going to share a little bit more about some exciting news coming soon. You will be the first to hear of an exciting thing we're going to reveal in August. And I'll share that with you in a minute. But I want to highlight this for you because this is going to be the change. As you can see here, there is, it doesn't show on the screen now, but the after school care. So the old central office that was that metal building is now going to be paw prints, and you've seen that area being constructed. The after school care will be right next to it. And then if you go across, you'll notice that those buildings that were I think it was called the intermediate school at one point, those intermediate buildings are gonna come down, and then it'll open up the entrance of the middle school, it'll open up the 1916 building, and that whole area will get a fresh new look. So that when you come to Jarrell ISD, you will see the pride of our community, the 1916 building. And that folks graduated from there, went to school there all the way until the 2000s, will be honored, and the history of Jarrell will surely be celebrated. And so here's a picture of what it's going to look like. These are the buildings I was talking about that are going to come down. And when I say come down, and Ms. Fitzner's got a little anxiety over this, because she's got to move out paw prints. School lets out the 21st, so the 26th is when all those buildings start coming down. So all of that in one weekend, she's already started boxing, has to be moved out, because those buildings will be no more, and this will be the new face of when you drive by, you'll be able to see the 1916 building and the extension, and also the opening of the middle school, the front of the middle school. So visibility, traffic, timing, all together improve safety. And it'll also help with better traffic circulation. With the firehouse being near us, we want to make sure that folks can get to and from the school buildings safely, and we're not blocking traffic. We're not blocking traffic should a fire happen that the fire trucks need to be able to get out. We don't need that road occupied with cars stacked. So this will help very much in that safety area, but also with just the flow of traffic. So one of the big things that we're doing is, so of course we know that inside the walls of the 1916 building, there was brick, Mahia brick. It's stamped Mahia brick on it, and it's very rare to find that. And so what we did is we salvaged every one of those bricks, and we have them on 50 pallets behind our maintenance facilities. Those bricks will line the walkways. Let me go back so I can show you what it's going to be. So this right here will have a sidewalk that goes all the way down past this annex building, and that walkway will have a stretch of concrete, and then it'll be bricks, and then a stretch of concrete, and then it'll be bricks. And every brick in August, when we have our big reveal, we'll have an opportunity for folks to engrave their names on it. And we will have that available to them so that they can forever put their name on the path that leads up to the 1916 building. And so we're very excited to share that with you today. And because we know that it can be somewhat costly, our vendors, their bricks will be quite costly, and the bricks to our community will be barely a cost at all, because it's important for our community to be able to purchase a brick and put their names on those bricks and line our sidewalks. So we're very excited about this. The timeline for the new paw prints, you can see that in May, we'll have that all packed up and hopefully ready to move into the new facility. And then clearing the building site. It's really the last week in May that all that will start, and you'll start to see all that construction happening. And then, as I said before, we are completing everything on time and under budget and before the start of the school year, because we want that to be a smooth opening. That first day of school matters a lot to make sure kids have a smooth opening and they're not having to navigate through construction. And then the legacy walkway, which kicks us off into, this is year 2026, and we're talking about the 1916 building. And so we are going to have a huge birthday celebration of celebrating our 1916 building and the history of Jarrell. And I get chills even thinking about it. So we applied, y'all are the first to know, for a historical site for the 1916 building. And we hope to share with our community that historical marker for the 1916 building. Is that not awesome? That's awesome. And so we hope you will join us at the birthday party celebration. And more to come on the exact date. But I love, Tracy was just saying when we were listening to Susan talk about school supplies, that maybe we could bring all that together and be a part of the birthday celebration of giving away school supplies, the birthday celebration, the viewing of paw prints, the viewing of the historical marker, everybody being able to purchase a brick, all of that together. And then lastly, and I think this is going to work, it tells a little bit about our story of how we got here. And it may not, Diane, you might have to click on it and it's a YouTube link. Oh. Yeah.
I built the school.
first thing you need are.
Okay.
So, can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It worked earlier.
And you got it up there? Where? Go ahead. If I go to school, the first thing you need are lots of. Oh, there I am.
Yeah, okay.
There I am.
I think so. I think you gotta get through the commercial.
A self-made
No,
billionaire is
no, no,
powerful,
no.
respected. A man who built an empire from nothing but hard work.
But it would be nice, right?
There we go.
Very good.
There, okay.
If I go to school, the first thing you need are lots of cute puppies. They flock to your feet. Well, why stop it? This book, If I Go to School, really echoes the sentiments that we have here in Jarrell ISD. How do we build a school that is going to appeal to our families, meet the needs of our kids, and encourage our staff to extend that learning opportunity for kids so that our kids are academically successful? The buildings are certainly beautiful, and I'm very proud of that. That's not what makes Jarrell. What makes Jarrell is people.
Jarrell has always been about community, about people coming together, helping out one another. And now we just do that on a larger scale. Jarrell was literally a very small, classic town in the way that we didn't see a lot of growth, so there weren't many changes for many years and many decades, till the 2000s where we saw a lot of growth that we were unaccustomed to.
Getting here 5 years ago, we were already at capacity, and we really had to move at warp speed in order to make sure that we were getting ahead of the growth.
The world's changing, and we're trying to adapt to it. We're growing, we're gonna continue to grow, we're doing it the right way.
We build schools that are gonna last 100 years. So we wanna make sure that our schools, that it continues to have that everlasting appeal for our communities down the road 100 years from now.
One of the things that we always think about on campus is, will this campus expand? If it will, how can we make sure the infrastructure is there, so we're not gonna impede that and cost long-term more dollars?
We just renovated our 1916 building. It's 110 years old this year, and it still resonates with our community. It is the heartbeat of our community.
Being able to revitalize this 1916 building so the future can see it the way I saw it as a child, it really sparked this renewed energy in me.
And so it's important that we listen, we take the input of our kids, we take the input of our families, we take the input of our teachers, and we ensure that everybody has a voice at the table as we're designing a school.
Some of the decisions that we've made here about the design of the building that really support instruction begin at the heart of the school, which is the library.
We only have 7.5 hours during the school day, so we plan for every minute. And that planning starts early with the design of the building even. So grade levels being together, specials being near proximity to the materials and the resources that they need, the library being the hub of the school. All of that matters in the operations of a school day.
I want to make sure that we have classroom spaces where students feel comfortable and welcome, and teachers feel like they have every feature and resource they need to work with their students.
Teachers have the support, the resources they need to be successful. Our district has been great with giving us those resources, and it's just up to us to use them. There's a tendency when you're in a growth district like this, we spend a lot of time and a lot of money on buildings, but we don't lose sight of the academic side of what needs to be done for the kids. It's a balance, and we, I think, have accomplished it.
I would create a place where students and staff as well as family feel welcome, feel seen, feel safe, and feel like they have the best opportunity to reach their full potential.
We designed the school with a lot of safety in mind. When a student is maintaining ranch expectations, which we hold our students to a very high standard, we have what they call flex passes. They can go to the atrium, they can go hang out upstairs on the couches, they can go to the cafeteria, and they can do their work. The teachers, when they walk in and go, I've got this. This supports exactly the way I want to teach. If we've done it right, if we plan it correctly, design it correctly, they're not going to notice in those fine details because it won't be any
all be developed. And so we're very intentional about location of our schools and thinking about what that master plan community is going to be. So when we're planning long-term and working with our city officials and we know that new neighborhoods are coming, we're very intentional about meeting with our developers. Where does the school need to be that's going to fit for this neighborhood, but also is going to be the cornerstone for that neighborhood? All of that matters as we're choosing a site for a school, but then also the design of the school.
What we've also done is secured over $13 million in land, with $6 million of that being donated.
We've saved for Berry Creek that's gonna open this coming school year, $3.5 million just by having the land donated. We have another elementary that's gonna be opening in 2028. That land also donated, saving the taxpayers millions of dollars.
We've done a phenomenal job as good stewards for their tax dollars. We finished projects on time, under budget. We have delivered things that no other districts around us have been able to do.
Not only did we get the project done on time, but under budget. So as an old businessman, nothing sounds better than under budget.
We designed this school, Delta Creek Elementary. We used the same footprint as one of our other elementaries, which saved money by doing that. But what we did is we took that same design and we refined it.
It's not like we're doing cookie cutters. There's an evolution from Igo Elementary to Double Creek Elementary School, and now to Berry Creek Elementary School. But they're still unique and different.
So we started early in planning for Atlas Ranch, working with a developer who was phenomenal. We were able to work with our county commissioner and talking about the road development that needs to happen in order for our buses and our parent traffic to get to and from school safely. The design of Atlas Ranch is going to incorporate those ranch elements into creating a beautiful school for that community. All of that plays an important role in planning for that future elementary school. It is a building, but more importantly, it's a school where people feel happy to be a part of. It's a school where they can be there for each other, where they know that they are going to be successful because they are coming together in a facility that's going to support their learning.
If I built a school, that's just what I do. Isn't that awesome?
You know, as I said, the buildings are great, but it's really the people. And all of this is possible because of the partnership with our county, with our city. The infrastructure, as I said in the video, I depend on you and the county to make this all happen. I depend on our school board, and our school board having the vision for all of this to occur is incredible. And so very supportive school board, a very dynamic school board, and a very visionary school board to make all this come together. I came to you today to make sure that you are aware of how the downtown area is going to be transformed here shortly, to let you know about the bricks to honor our residents, and also to let you know the big surprise reveal. Do you have questions?
It looks
Beautiful.
Great job.
I can't wait.
Right on and tell, I can help you move if you like.
We're taking volunteers.
Thank you.
Well, the library is too. 10,000 books to go.
All right, moving along, 6.3, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding resolution number 2026-0505-01, resolution adopting the annual investment policy. We don't have finance manager here.
She's just not looking at it.
Any questions?
I'm gonna make a motion to table 6.3 until Ms. Santana is available.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. All right. 6.4, discussion, consideration, possible action on ordinance number 2026-0505-02, an ordinance amending the territorial jurisdiction boundaries of the city of Gerald by removing properties described as 96.04 acre tract and a 3-acre tract situated in the Edmund Parsons Survey, abstract 494, being a portion of a called 101.4 acre tract described in the warranty deed to Alvin Kalmbach, Larry and Georgia Kalmbach, and recorded under instrument number 2024-099756 the official public records of Wilson County.
Council, this is just a petition for removal from the ETJ. Basically, it's a formality. You're aware, local government code says if they meet the statutory requirements on their application, that the council has to approve it. So this is just basically a formality of council doing that so that your records are accurate and the maps are accurate.
Okay. With that being said, I'll take a motion on 6.4.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 2026-0505-02 as read in the caption, Madam Mayor Pro Tem, based on the discussed facts and findings.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. All right, 6.5, discussion, consideration, and possible action on resolution number 2026-0505-04, a resolution approving Texas Water Code section 13.248 and 16 Texas Administrative Code section 24.253, agreement regarding retail water certificate of convenience and necessity service area transfer, authorizing the mayor to execute said agreement and authorizing the city attorney to file a joint petition with the Public Utility Commission of Texas seeking approval of the transfer. You have the floor.
Good afternoon. This right here is going to be we're going to try to get approved for a CCN transfer. This goes for about roughly just shy of 1,300 acres, and this would be to the south, going towards Georgetown. Georgetown is already in agreement with, they're fine with letting this property go. There's been trying to do that for several properties. Not only is that good for us, but it kind of meets up with all of our ETJ as well. So we're most of the best one to be able to provide for these people that start the deal here. City of Georgetown has no infrastructure, and they don't plan on putting anything here as well. So with approval, we would like to get with the city of Georgetown and submit a petition to the PUC to try to get us this CCN transfer to us. We have an anticipated growth already going out that way. As you know, that's one of the reasons why we had that elevated tower that's about to be constructed right now out in that direction as well. And with the city of Gerald, we've indicated our ability to provide retail water to this area as well. Impact, there's no physical impact right now. Expansion to the city's utility service area, increased future utility revenues, and support for our planned growth. The city staff recommends authorizing the CCN transfer and have us start with the talks with the PUC.
I've got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Real quick. In previous meetings, we've discussed, make sure that we have water to take care of the growth that we have committed to.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're looking to take on another area, and then we're committed to having to take care of that area. Do we have the water?
So we've done studies. We actually have our gentleman here with us as well, Sam. He's the one he's doing our master plan. And so once that comes out here, it should be out here shortly, and we'll have a better expandable what we're looking at. But from the small looks at it right now, I think that we're looking just fine right now.
From what I understand, there's absolutely nothing out there at this point. I was in the original meeting with the members of the management of Georgetown.
As of right now, there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there at this point. Right now, we're working on a water line that's going out to, I believe it's the Labatt project out there. So that line, that's gonna be the first part of the infrastructure that's going out that direction. But it won't be long before we're gonna have to start improving more out that way.
So while there's no immediate financial impact, I understand that now, but what is the long-range impact?
So basically what we do for all of our developers that come in, we will have them put in the infrastructure and dedicate to the city, so it won't be no impact to us at all. It'll be just us inspecting what they're doing, and then once everything we say, hey, yes, this is all good, we like it, they will dedicate to the city with bonds and whatnot for, maintenance bonds after that.
Is there any cost to us to receive this transfer from them? No cost, I don't think so.
I guess my final question, why is Georgetown willing to give up an area that
They-
they've had for so long?
So their coverage area is really massive, and so for us, for this little part right here, that's about this 1,300 acres, is best stuff first served by us. They don't plan on, I don't believe they plan on trying to come out here, and this is why we're closer than they are as well. So they don't plan on bringing anything out here anytime soon.
That was the explanation I received in that original meeting. I think it's just too far away from them. Yes, they have a huge CCN.
It's massive. And it also messes up our ECJ as
They're,
well.
yeah, they're trying to break out pieces to the small towns that are bordering, like Florence, it's getting offered some and all that.
And they've seen this resolution and agreed to it as presented?
So we haven't agreed to anything, but they are willing to talk with us with it.
It's my understanding is that they're in agreement with the transfer, both councils have to approve it, and then there's a petition, it's in your packet, a draft petition that's already been, it's basically ready to go to the PUC once both councils have approved the transfer.
I thought I read that their council already approved it recently. Is that correct or no?
Citizens actually voted on it this past Saturday
Oh, that's
to
right.
sell the CCN, and that's how this got brought up.
So they're selling CCNs?
To my understanding, that's what happened, or at least the citizens wanted to get rid of it, and the city put it up for the citizens to vote, because initially the city brought in the CCN without citizen approval. And now, as of last Saturday, I think 8% of the citizens who voted to get rid of the portions of the CCN, and that includes selling it or giving it to Gerald, so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything for us buying anything from them.
That's, I heard a little bit about that, that's why I was questioning the cost associated, as it related to this.
I haven't seen any cost that came with this.
So if we approve this, are we obligating ourselves to any cost legal?
And there is let me scroll back through it. I think there was something about a $5,000 transfer fee.
For a CCN?
For this transfer.
But what does the 5,000 represent?
Basically the transfer of the Georgetown CCN to Gerald, basically Gerald buying it from them. I thought it was, my understanding it was already allocated in the budget, because this has been talked about for
It's been a while.
a while.
Gerald, Georgetown lost to 4,300, that's it.
Yeah, I thought I read that somewhere in here. Oh, here it is.
It's in the agreement. But there's no confirmation that Georgetown has approved, given final approval on the agreement?
Not that I know of, unless you know.
I'm not aware of, I'm not sure, I don't think they indicated when it's going to be on there.
And I'm not opposed, but I would like for Georgetown to agree, and we would know what they agreed to before I would move forward.
Obviously, yeah, so anything that would get agreed on before it got agreed will come back to council.
My understanding is the agreement in your packet was actually drafted by, it was the city of Gerald attorney, drafting it. So what you have in your packet is basically what they're presenting to their council, the resolution. Basically, they took the bulk of the heavy lifting and drafted the documents for this. So basically what you see and what they'll see is basically the same thing, but just the names of the cities changed. So my understanding is that they've not already approved it, they will approve it. If they don't, even if y'all approve it and for some reason they don't, then the agreement just doesn't take place.
So if we approve it tonight, then we're on the hook for the $5,000.
If they agree.
If they agree.
I think in here it's defined as, 4,364, or something like that.
So maybe, yeah, that was for that. Once they did the actual math on it.
Since the city of Georgetown wrote this, did you look over all this, is it good?
Yes.
the final will come back before us, this is just a resolution, correct?
My understanding is it's authorizing, this is the approval of the transfer agreement and authorizing, our firm to submit a, joint petition to the PUC to make the formal transfer, obviously, because they have to do that, but a joint petition, that's in there as well, that'll be signed by both, city attorneys, presented to the PUC to make the final formal transfer.
Are there any fees to the PUC?
I'll have to confirm.
Oh, that's pretty cheap for 13 acres. I take it.
1,300 acres.
I was about
Oh,
to say,
1,300
more
acres,
than
sorry.
13
Yes,
acres.
1,300 acres, yeah.
That's really cheap for 1,300 acres. Here, let me just write a check. I'll just take it. Will you give it to me?
When do you feel like there'll be development in that area?
It's probably not gonna be that long as everybody thinks, it's probably gonna be a few years, but, for the few years, not really that long time we're at, that's the way things go on right now. But much of the development's going on out there.
Knowing that it's difficult for them to serve that location, I know you briefly mentioned it earlier, but by the time you expect the development to come online, you think we would be prepared to serve?
I think so. And I could be way off, it could be 10 years. It just depends, who comes in.
And do you see any negatives to this?
Okay.
I was in on the original presentation. It was a really nice presentation by them. I mean, it just sounded,
It's very straightforward.
it was very straightforward. I didn't feel any pressure by them or.
My only concern is will we have the water?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, that's a concern that's come up in other development discussions, so.
Yes, sir.
Is George County giving it up if it's so far away, or are they giving it up because they're running out of water themselves?
It's so far away from them.
I mean, 13,000 acres could equate to how many leaves?
1,300.
1,300.
Yeah.
We went from 13 to 13,000.
I don't have the exact number on me on that right there. I usually leave that one up to the engineers. They got the math skills for that one.
4 houses per acre. So 4 times that 13. 52. 1,500 leaves.
What do you think about roads?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
also
we'll take
stuff
out
in
the
there.
roads too, yeah.
About 60% yield.
Alright, any other discussion on 6.5?
Well, I'll make a motion. I make a motion to approve ordinance number 2026-050-502 as read in the caption by Mayor Pro Tem.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any, all those against, passes. Alright. 6.6, discussion, consideration, and possible action on resolution number 2026-0505-05. Resolution authorizing the mayor to execute contract amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement with Casper Patrick Associates for the Cornhill wastewater line extension, lift station, decommissioning, and County Road 312 wastewater extension project to include an additional wastewater line segment extending from the Walmart development area to the Cornhill Business Park lift station in the amount of $29,200.
So this one, previously, I think it might have been 2 council meetings ago, the city has approved a PSA agreement with KPA Engineering to design and build bidding and construction for that Cornhill wastewater line that's gonna go for the Walmart. This year is a different, it is for contract amendment number 1, expand the scope of service to include approximately 1,400 feet of 8-inch wastewater line extending from the Walmart development to the Cornhill lift station. I have Sam in here as well, and if you have any questions for him for the cost or anything like that, in your packet you should have a breakdown of what that fees will go to. So the minimum amount is $29,200. That's for the professional services. The estimated construction cost, which I believe was already approved the last time, which is the 210, that's the planning level estimate. We're going to have the funding is anticipated to be tied up into the Chapter 380 agreement that's already been done with the Walmart. This is also going to go to surveying and easements preparation. It's going to go to project management coordination, project surveying, final design, and there'll be the construction administration services and easement and meets and bounds.
Okay, delves into the details. This funding is anticipated to be tied to the Chapter 3 agreement. And what if it is not tied to it? Where's that money coming from?
So we also have some of that bond money left that we have that was approved.
Enough to cover that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question on 6.6? All right, well, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve resolution number 2026-0505-05 as presented.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimous. 6.7, discussion, consideration, and possible action on resolution number 2026-0505-06. Resolution authorizing city staff and legal counsel to proceed with negotiation and drafting of amendments to the strategic partnership agreement between the city of Gerald and Sonterra Municipal Utility District for the property located at the northeast intersection of H-35 and County Road 313.
I'm back again. So if y'all remember last council meeting, I brought to y'all about getting in discussions with Sonterra Mud on that Gerald Crossing property. This is I'll bring it up again. This is a challenging location. Just how it's split between 3 different people again, with domestic going through Gerald Schwetner Water, Sonterra Mud having the partial part of the wastewater, and we have a very small strip of this. So we've talked with Jason Jones with Sonterra Mud. He is in agreement to try to make some kind of agreement to go on out here and to where Gerald Schwetner Water will do their domestic. Sonterra Mud will serve their wastewater and their fire flow, because Gerald Schwetner Water does not have fire flow potential. But we were gonna have some, agreement in there to where we can still obtain some type of sales, tax revenue. And that's where we're trying to get into with this right here, if we can get that done, and we're gonna go with them, get with them and try to get the SBA done with them.
Any discussion? I will entertain a motion.
Sorry, one question, sir. Is there any, anticipated easement acquisition costs?
No, there won't be anything for us because we won't do anything with utilities there. We're basically giving up rights to our utility stuff there, so we don't have to worry about anything like that or going in and trying to put new infrastructure in, boring Ring 35 or boring 313, putting in force mains, anything like that. So that's why we're trying to stay away from that and just try to make up some kind of agreement where the city can still bring in some kind of revenue off of it.
Any other discussion, questions?
I think I did look at pages in my book. Well, I'm just not even signing the paperwork associated with this.
We have a motion for 6.7.
So what are we doing here? Let's see, where? Authorizing city to proceed with negotiations and adoption of amendments.
Negotiate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just negotiating, just trying to come up with some kind of agreement, and once we do come to something, and we'll get legal as well to have it, and then once we do find some kind of common ground, we'll come to
So
y'all.
that's y'all for us.
Okay, yeah, so I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2026050506 as read in the caption by Mayor Pro Tem.
We have a motion, we have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All those opposed? Yes, unanimous. All right,
Thank y'all.
thank you. 6.8, discussion, consideration, and possible action on resolution number 2026-0505-07, authorizing a utility services agreement with Fairview Times for the property known as Ton Tract Development.
I'll take this.
That's you?
It'll be me tonight. Council, I think you have in your packet a copy of the proposed utility services agreement with the developers of the contract, or the owner of this contract on behalf of the developers. If you're familiar with that tract, right now it's still in the ETJ. At this time, they're not, have not filed a request to annex. So this is strictly for water and wastewater. The intended development is single family, multifamily, or commercial. They've requested 629 wastewater LUEs and 600 water LUEs. So 600 water, 629 wastewater LUEs. Basically, this is pretty standard utility services agreement with they will build the infrastructure, and then upon completion and approval, it will be dedicated to the city. And then they have some timeline milestones to reach in there that are based upon completion of a ground storage tank and elevated storage tank. So that's kind of waiting on to get better timelines of when that will take place so they can engage in their utility building and then gauge their application for annexation. My understanding is they do intend to annex, but right now they're just looking to get the infrastructure started. I believe a representative from the developer is here. If y'all have any questions, if y'all have any questions for her.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the property that's been drug out for a while, correct?
It's been, yes, this has been, so looks like we're trying to take some baby steps to get to build out.
And where again is this one located?
Don't have the map.
What's the time? Trying
Past Belconis Flats, across from the high school.
Oh, okay.
Like where 305 comes into 487.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be a development directly across from the future data center.
And
And why has it been so drawn out?
There's a lot of discussions and just some, unable to reach an agreement on certain things. Prior staff, but we're trying to resolve everything now and get them, where they can develop it.
And the, both sides are in agreement?
Yes, I worked with their attorney, Ms. McWhorter, and this is our final draft that city staff and the developer are comfortable with.
And so we have a representative here. We good with it?
Yes.
All right. Any questions or discussions? We don't have any questions or discussions. I will take a motion on 6.8.
What are our current impact fees?
More than those $2,000, that $2,000, isn't it?
That was part of some of the.
Oh, because they came way before we
Yes,
did all that.
this is, yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that, that is part of the agreement, it's kind of a,
They wanted predated.
yes, so we've got some compromise on that, but yes.
Gotcha. I remember that discussion now.
Let's move on for a little while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Any other questions? So, do we have a motion on 6.8?
Motion to approve resolution 2026-0505-07 as presented.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous? All right. 6.9, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding appointment for a planning and zoning commission member vacancy. I would like to move this to 7.1 since the applicants applied for both. Is that okay? Lee?
That's fine.
So we need a motion on that from somebody, or?
Let me redirect that, if the person's applied for both positions.
All three have applied for both.
I would table this one and do your executive session one.
Okay, how do we come back to that?
And you can come back, pull it off the table. And, cause that one actually should be an open discussion, the planning and zoning should be an open, because of the nature of it, like, since it's more advisory to council, should be an open session discussion, so I would table this, go into executive session, if you're gonna make a decision, and then pull this back, like, if you're gonna take any action on your executive session, make that, and then come back to, when you come back into open session, pull it from the table.
Can I table or does it have to be a motion?
It should be a motion.
I'll make a motion to table 6.9.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Any opposed? Okay. Now, 7.1, we're going to adjourn to close executive session. Close executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer, or to wit, conduct interviews for General Economic Development Corporation Board member vacancy. Before we move forward for council, on the item that we tabled, how do we bring it back, and does that need to be brought back before executive session? before we move on to the executive session,
No, just I would reconvene into regular session.
we are.
Take action on your, executive session item if you choose to, or no action or no action. And then you just make a motion to, remove from the table item number, what is that?
6.9.
6.9.
Okay. All right, so, 8.1, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to wit, regarding the interviews for a Gerald Economic Development Corporation Board member vacancy.
I make a motion to appoint Stephanie O'Brien to our EDC.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, passed unanimously.
Motion to untable 6.9.
All right, we have a motion to untable 6.9.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Okay, 6.9, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the appointment for a planning and zoning commission member vacancy.
I'll make a motion to appoint Gary Phillips to the vacant position on the Planning and Zoning Committee.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passed unanimously. All right, with no other items for this board, we are adjourned at 9:24.